Today's show is all about the NBA. Some of the league's biggest names are athletes we first met right here on this show. We'll begin with some high-profile combinations in our five-star feature. For much of the NBA offseason, it appeared the Brooklyn Nets were going to blow everything up and trade both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. As training camps get underway, it appears the Nets are going to give it at least one more year with this duo. Durant is a player we met in the earliest days of Sports Stars of Tomorrow when he stole the show at the 2006 McDonald's All-American game in San Diego.
It was unbelievable for me, man. Just all the great players to play before and paved the way for us. So I was very thankful for, just being a part of it, and just to play in a great place like San Diego along with the great players in that game was fun. And some of the players that played are in the league now, so it's good to see them. We gained a lot of friendships back then.
As a high school player, Durant had trouble finding the right fit at first. He attended 3 different schools over 4 years, including a season at Oak Hill Academy.
My first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, I played at National Christian Academy in Fort Washington, Maryland. That was one of the best times too. I didn't play that much my freshman year. I think I averaged about 2 points a game, and then my sophomore year, that's when I was inserted to the starting lineup, and that's when people started to recognize who I was. So my whole high school career was kind of up and down as far as moving to different schools, but I'm glad I did it that way.
Durant eventually landed at Montrose Christian in Maryland for his senior season, and that's where he really started to feel comfortable. He still visits Montrose on occasion, and he stayed in touch with his former coach, Stu Vetter.
I go back every summer to play with the guys and just talk to them a little bit. So this is going to be that school helped me out a lot, and I'm never going to forget that.
Irving is also a player we met in the early years of the show. Irving played at St. Patrick High School in New Jersey. He led St. Pat's to the famed Tournament of Champions title in his junior season, and he was an All-American as a senior.
I wouldn't even imagine myself in this position last year. I was kind of unknown on the national circuit, but I think I took my game to another level. Just getting all the rewards back for all my hard work is definitely a blessing.
The X factor for KD and Kyrie could be how they gel with Ben Simmons, who had a tumultuous season last year. He had a bitter holdout with the 76ers and then got traded to Brooklyn, but never played in a game as he dealt with back issues. When Simmons is at his best, though, he's a great defensive player, and despite his struggles as a shooter, he has earned 3 All-Star selections. Simmons was the #1 player in the country when he played at Montverde Academy back in 2015.
A 6'10" guard. I guess I can pass the ball, but I'm physical as well. I usually just try and do things on the defensive side, and then hopefully the game comes to me. I don't try and go to the game.
Ben moved to the United States from his native Australia because he believed it gave him the best chance to prepare for his time at LSU and eventually the NBA.
The main thing was just a better competition over here, definitely. Back home, you don't get as much competition. A lot of athletic guys out here. Definitely, this is where NBA players are made usually, in the high school scene and the college scene. But that was definitely the main reason.
Meanwhile, in Boston, the Celtics have a pretty good combination of their own. Jayson Tatum is becoming one of the best players in the league. The 24-year-old is now a 3-time All-Star. When we met him in 2015, he was one of the highest-rated high school prospects in the country.
I'm a really tall guard. I can play multiple positions on the floor, like to bring it up, score from the post and the wing.
He was the Gatorade National Player of the Year in his senior season at Chaminade College Prep in St. Louis. The school has a proud athletics tradition that includes NBA players David Lee and Bradley Beal.
Really just, giving me tips and tools, to help better myself on and off the court. What the things to look for in college, and, if I do make it to the NBA, what to look for when I get there.
While Tatum gets it done on the offensive end, Marcus Smart is the heart and soul of the Celtics defense. He won the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year last season. He's had that reputation since his prep days when he played at Flower Mound Marcus High School in Texas. Smart is one of the most accomplished high school players in state history, as he was a 2-time State Player of the Year. In Smart's 3 varsity seasons, Marcus lost a total of 6 games. They reached the state tournament all 3 years and won it all twice.
We really never lost. I think that's the first thing. And he had his camp the other day at Marcus High School. We're just roaming through the halls, seeing pictures, trophies, and it is kind of remarkable. I look back and you just kind of soak everything in, just those good memories we had, those fun moments.
It was amazing. I remember we made it our sophomore year for the very first time. We lost in the semifinal game, the game to go to state. We cried. I remember the pictures. I could just hear the cameras just clicking. And they had an article the next day with me covered in my face. I was crying because we lost. His dad, the very next day, blew up that picture and put it on me and Phil's locker. He said, I want you to remember this feeling for next year. And after that year, we never looked back.
Another combination to keep an eye on this year is in Minnesota. The Timberwolves have a pair of former sports stars, Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. Towns hails from Metuchen, New Jersey, where he starred for St. Joseph High School.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I think he's a combination of like Kevin Durant and Dirk. You know, he's one of those, the new age stretch four. You know, he's able to stretch the floor, and I think at the college level you're seeing that a lot. You know, guys that are able to do it on the inside, do it on the outside. The thing that separates Karl from a lot of people that I've met is the great players want to be great every day. If he just continues to do what he does, then without a doubt I see his jersey hanging there one day.
Edwards, meanwhile, is beginning to emerge as one of the game's most exciting young players. He was the #1 high school prospect in America back in 2019 when he played for Holy Spirit Prep in Georgia.
I feel like just God just blessed me with the ability to just do certain things that other people can't do, so I just take advantage of it at all costs. Just getting my teammates involved, scoring, dunking, playing defense, getting blocks, just exciting the crowd.
There's times when I guess I just look like an offensive genius, and he makes shots that nobody else is going to make. And then there's other times where, you know, you do have to sort of gauge how he's doing and how the rest of the team is reacting, and because he's so talented and so capable, I don't want to get in his way. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other times when we got to make sure we're getting other guys involved, but he's great with that give and take.
Minnesota reached the playoffs last season, and now with All-Star center Rudy Gobert added to the squad, the T-Wolves may have the pieces to keep moving on up in the crowded Western Conference. Thanks for checking out Sports Stars of Tomorrow on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and please subscribe to our channel so you see all of the latest content.